Hey guys, welcome back to Homemade Homestead. My name is Rachel. If you are new to our channel, I just wanted to first say a big thank you to you guys. On the last video we posted, I shared with you we had lost a close loved one, and that's why there was only one video that came out last week. And you guys were just so sweet in the comment section. You gave us your condolences and your prayers, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to each one of you guys. That was just so sweet and encouraging. So you could see our week was kind of thrown a little bit, but we're trying to get back into the swing of things. I didn't get my fridge cleaned out for you guys. I was hoping to get that done. It got pushed to the wayside. You know, you have to pick your battles, and that just wasn't one of them last week. So that hopefully will get done this week, and I'll bring you guys a video, maybe a cleaning motivation kind of thing. So. And my little girl's talking to me too. But today we have another extreme grocery budget. Now I saw some of the comments that were sharing their concerns because we just came off of a extreme grocery month and asking if we thought we could make it through another one. Well, you guys are so encouraging, and actually my expectations are quite a bit lower for this next month. I mean, we saved a lot in January, so I would be happy if we saved a few $100s. I mean, if we saved up to $500, I would be shocked. Just because this next month in February, I know there's gonna be some expenses coming up. We have a couple birthdays. We have just like gardening is starting, so I know we'll have to buy like potting soil, you know, sports for kids. Those are some different fees that come up. So I know that there's gonna be more expenses in the month of February. I know I'm not gonna save as much as I did in January, but I still feel like we have a lot of food in our pantry, freezer, and fridge. I wanna eat down before we go into the gardening season. I just don't wanna be wasting anything, and it's just making me mindful of the things that I used to purchase and making sure that we're rotating through those things, that the things that I'm buying we're actually eating on. In the month of February, we're doing it a wee bit different. I'm still gonna show you guys my fridge and my freezers. We're gonna come up with a meal plan, and I still am going to go to Walmart, but our grocery budget, I'm making it a touch bigger. We're gonna do $175 for the entire month instead of $25 a week last month. And that way it just gives us a little bit more flexibility. And I was actually going to get like the kids a little treat because everybody has just been so sweet and so on board with this, and they're up for it. But I just thought I would give them a little bit of like their favorite foods so that it would make the month go a little bit easier. This first week, I'm going to give myself a budget of $50, and I am going to shop at Walmart. Now our Walmart, it's about an hour round trip. So I'm thinking of instead of going there every week, I am going to shop there twice this month and twice at our local store and kind of rotate between the two stores. That way I'm supporting something local, but Walmart does typically have less expensive items for us. So, and that's really our only options unless we want to drive even further and go to Costco. But Costco for me, it's like I spend way too much. So I'm hopeful to go in March to Costco because we did buy the membership, and I do like a lot of Costco products, but I just know for me, I tend to overspend there. So I'm thinking of going there in March and trying to set a budget for that Costco trip. All right, so let's check out this fridge and freezers. I did already show you guys my pantry. I still have not tackled that. You guys came up with some amazing ideas, and I'm just trying to find like a few days that I can set aside because I know that task, it's gonna be a task to get that tackled. So first we're gonna start with this main fridge and freezer that we use up here. Here is our fridge. It's still looking pretty good. If you don't ever see us buy like spaghetti sauce, sometimes I do, very rarely, or salsa, it's because we grow our own veggies and we bottle them. So we usually have a lot of salsa or spaghetti sauce that we make homemade. So that's what those are if you're ever wondering that. But we have some condiments. We make our own salad dressing, so that's some like homemade Olive Garden dressing. We have some iceberg lettuce left over, some chicken and veggies. I made pancakes this morning, so we could definitely use those for a breakfast. This drawer is looking a little bare. We have a little bit of cheese left. think that's some cabbage. I probably need to use that. That's probably looking a little old. I bought this last week to make that corn chowder, I think is what it's called, and we never got to it this week. And then from that funeral, we still have some spinach left over, so I need to use that up. We could do that for salads, or even cook it and put it in our eggs or something. We have some leftover rice, and this is a lentil stew that I made. I talked about it in our last extreme budget video, or the one before that actually, and we had a bag of lentils and we made this. It's a huge hit. The kids even liked it, so I highly recommend that. And then just down here we have some nuts and carrots. All right, and our freezer. I did bring up this beer battered fish so that we could do fish tacos, and I also brought up some tortillas from the other freezer, so that's why those are in here. We're still working through this broccoli, and I found out some of the bags are actually kale, and I do like kale sauteed with my eggs or even in some soup, so we have that to use. So I do have one zuppa toscana soup back there we could use, and we also have this deer stew, and we also brought some coffee up from our food storage room because my husband was running low, so we didn't have to buy that. We still had one extra, so that should last us at least through this month. What's down in here? We still have some corn, some bananas, some different flours. I think the kids actually finished all of my husband's homemade bread, so that should be on the schedule to make some more this week too. All right, and in our big freezer, we still have a lot of zucchini, broccoli, corn. I didn't touch those blueberries. We have some strawberries behind there. Also that salmon. We never got to firecracker salmon. It was just such a weird week. We have those veggie burgers, some soup. All those in the drawer are for bone broth, so I should make some of that. We're down to 2 flour tortillas for the kids. I still have a little bit of this rice cauliflower. There's still this cauliflower, some homemade cauliflower mash that I made one time. Peas, okra, some spinach. I've got some butter, which I actually need to take and put one in the fridge. So I will do that while I'm thinking about it. So that is this freezer. And now you guys never see me buy onions because this summer we grew over 1,000 onions, and this is the onions that we still have left. So we'll probably turn some into onion powder, dried minced onions. So we are still eating through them. They are awesome and they stay good for a really long time. So we are just eating through these. So that's why I never buy onions. Also, somebody asked about potatoes. I never buy potatoes because we're still eating on our garden potatoes too. So that's pretty fun. All right, so I have last week's right here, and I have a new paper and pencil. I'm going to brainstorm. I'm going to see what things we didn't end up eating this last week, and then I can move them on over to this week. So let's brainstorm. All right, so we brainstormed and this is what we came up with. Our breakfast of smoothies, because we're still working through all that stuff. Oatmeal, pancakes, malto meal, eggs and fruit, because we're out of bread right now, but I think my husband wants to make some up this week. Some more oatmeal, because we can change that up so easily doing peanut butter and cocoa powder or fruit in it. So we're a big fan of oatmeal around here. And also an egg bake. Don't tell my husband, but that's basically like a quiche, but he doesn't like quiche. So I'm just calling it an egg bake. And then for lunches, we're gonna do wraps, tuna and crackers. The kids are really enjoying that. Tortilla pizzas, which is always a good hit. And bean and cheese burritos, mac and tom. This is a recipe from my husband's family. It's basically macaroni noodles with tomato juice. I'm not a fan, I'll be honest. I don't like it, but my husband and kids do, so that'll be for them. I'll find something else to eat that day. Nachos and some kind of pasta, either pasta salad or spaghetti, something like that. Then the dinners, I feel like we really didn't go through them last week. So we have veggie burgers that I brought over, soup from the freezer, and we're gonna put that over rice. Deer steak, my dad gave us a lot of deer that he caught over, I think it was last year's deer. And so we'd like to try that out on the grill and also grill some veggies that we have. We're gonna do some stir fry over rice, some ranch chicken. It's called Bangin' Ranch Chicken or Drums or something like that from the Trim Healthy Table or Trim Healthy Mama Cookbook. And we're gonna do that with one of our chickens and some roasted veggies on the side. We're gonna do some homemade pizzas because my husband was telling me about the dough, like you make it the day before and then you can pop it in the oven. So even though this is like our rest day, it'll be super easy. We can throw it in and have some homemade pizzas. I'm sure I'll find out some veggies to throw on the side of that as well. And then we never got to that firecracker salmon, and I'm really wanting to have that for dinner. So we're gonna do that one night. And I think that is everything for this next week. So next we're gonna hit up Walmart. Again, my budget for this week is $50. So let's see how we do. All right guys, we are back from Walmart. Here is the overall view of our groceries. All right, so over here, this was a treat for the family. We got some tater tots and those were $3.92. We got our favorite lunch meat, the mesquite smoked turkey breast, which is $3.62. We also went with some more sharp cheddar cheese, extra sharp, and that was $5.64 for 2 pounds. Again, this goes on a lot of stuff and it just helps the kids eat different foods. So cheese is a must. Then we also got 2 packages of cream cheese for $1.58. We got 1 bell pepper for 77 cents and 2 packages of the Great Value turkey pepperoni. These were $2.63 a package, so that'll be for the tortilla pizzas and the homemade pizza. We have 2 cucumbers, and they were 68 cents a piece, or $1.36 for both of them. And some bananas. My kids have already started to get into the fruit, so some of it is missing, but we got bananas, and they were 62 cents a pound, or almost 4 pounds, and it was $2.41 for those. We got a 3-pound bag of cuties. Like I said, my kids are already devouring the fruit, but I can't complain, right? Kids eating fruit and veggies it's a wonderful thing. But they were $3.98 for the 3 pounds. A 3-pound bag of Gala apples, and that was $2.98. And then I needed to get some pantry stuff. So I got 2 of the mustards, and they were both 58 cents each. We got some ground flaxseed meal. I like to use this in those energy balls or my muffin in a mug, stuff like that. I use it quite a bit and it's pretty good for you. That bag was $2.98. I splurged and got a couple gluten-free things just to make my life a little bit easier. I love using this gluten-free flour. I substitute it for like any recipe basically, and it works out pretty well, like pancakes, biscuits, stuff like that. So that was $2.98 as well for that flour. And then I got 1 pound package of elbow noodles, and that was $1.96. We needed some Cholula sauce. That's like my favorite hot sauce. It's really good. I like it on pretty much anything. And that huge bottle was $4.48. We needed 1 container of heavy whipping cream for different recipes, and that guy was $4.14. So that is everything with a grand total of $50.80. So it really does add up pretty quickly. I feel like $50 was a lot of money, but going off of $25 a week, you know, it can be a little bit of a shock to like spend double that. But we got some really good stuff. I'm excited for all the fresh produce. I guess my kids are too, because they're already digging into it. Some pizza and a fun little treat. The kids love these, especially in the air fryer. So, you know, you gotta splurge every once in a while to make the family happy and to go along with all of this. So there is the grocery haul. All right guys, that'll do it for this video. I'm so glad that you came along with me on this journey. Let me know if you are doing a frugal month in the month of February too. I hope we can encourage one another as we go through this. And I'm hopeful that we can save at least a few $100s this next month. We'll talk to you guys again real soon. Bye-bye now.